It's time for business news with Richard Southern, and we've talked about how some restaurants here in Ontario are struggling to hire back enough staff, and in one U.S. state, owners have been forced to find another solution.
Happy Friday, Melissa.
Happy Friday,
Yeah,
Richard.
they're turning, restaurants are, some of them, to robots because they can't find enough actual humans to work in them. I want to show you what they're doing. This is at one Miami restaurant. They've hired, I say hired, but I guess they bought this little guy. His name is Astro. And what he does, he brings the food from the kitchen out to the customer's table. So the customers place their order with a human server. Astro then goes into the kitchen to wait for it. And when the chefs have whipped up the dishes, they place it on Astro. He wheels out to the table, and people enjoy their dinner. Now, the management at this restaurant says this frees up the human servers to do more. And, usually we would say, well, here's a robot taking a human's job. But again, restaurants are very short-staffed. Restaurants Canada recently said that more than 60% of Canadian eateries, Melissa, are struggling to find enough front-of-house staff. So they're going to the robots instead. What do you think of that?
It's interesting. Hopefully it doesn't crash into, people walking down the aisles or tables, right?
Yeah, and then maybe we'll reach a point where people are looking for jobs again in restaurants, and maybe the management will say, no, we got Astro instead. So who knows how it'll shake out.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Now, if you think there's a pot store on every corner nowadays, well, you're probably not wrong.
Did you notice that? You drive down the street, there's one. There's another one. The local convenience store is now selling cannabis instead. Yeah, this is the thing. In fact, Ontario, Melissa, has just crossed a milestone. The province has 1,000 cannabis stores open, about 250 of which are right here in Toronto. Toronto has a quarter of the province's cannabis stores. We have now 4 times as many weed shops in Toronto as we do liquor stores. These are outpacing easily LCBO locations. And there's more coming. The OCS recently announced 6 new licenses for the Toronto area. There's been some other milestones with these stores. Melissa, Peel Region recently got its first one, and Ontario's northernmost weed store opened its doors recently in Kapuskasing. We'll have to see how many of these survive. I don't know if there's a market quite for all of them.
Okay, and it was recently billed as the top drink of the summer, but hard seltzer sales are starting to fizzle out.
Do you see how I have drug and alcohol stories for the Friday business report?
It's a Friday mood, right?
Exactly. Yeah, remember the White Claw, Melissa? That was all the rage not too long ago.
Right, yes.
Not so. What did they say? There ain't no laws when you're drinking claws and whatever. Well, people, they were loving the hard seltzer. There's the White Claw. Not so much anymore. Market research firm Nielsen says White Claw has seen double-digit year-on-year decreases just within the past few months. And Boston Beer, the makers of Truly Seltzer, announced as well that they're planning to sell, they think, 100 million fewer cases of hard seltzer than they were anticipating just back in May. This is a type of beverage that has really fallen out of favor with consumers during the summer for whatever reason. Experts, though, in the beverage industry say they don't expect hard seltzer to go away entirely. All the big brewers recently got into this category, and it's likely they will keep some of these fizzy, sugar-free, alcohol-laden drinks around.